What's up, everybody? Tricks Ridiculous back with another video, and in this one I'm going to show you how you can prepare yourself to go over the resource cap when the November 30th update comes out. This will get you raid ready and ready to upgrade your characters all the way to 175. Before we do, be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. It all really supports the channel and I really appreciate it. But without further ado, let's get right into it. So if you don't know, the changes that are happening to gear on the 30th of November, if you see up at the top of my screen, there's a lot of different resources here, right? So basically these four in the middle here, the nanites, nanotube, catalyst, and plasma are all going away. We're not going to use those anymore. Same with this one over here, the uru for the actual other minor artifacts. All of those are going away, and what they're going to actually be doing is only using the fragments and the upgrade modules to level up your gear. Now, the polychlorions will be staying, and those will be the same for your major artifacts, all right? So nothing's changing with the major artifacts, so I'm not going to talk about that. But basically, anytime you need to upgrade your gear, you're going to need a combination of fragments and upgrade modules, okay? So they're basically simplifying the system, getting everything into one, so it's just going to be nice, cleaner, easier. I like the change. But as you can see here, if you're like me, I'm pretty much capped out all the way across the board, right? So anything I do now in game is not getting me any resources. Anytime I dismantle gear or do any type of mission in the game, all that comes up is just, oh, resources full, and I can't get any more resources. Now, what they're going to do when the actual update happens, as soon as you log in, it's going to tell you that these resources are gone. And depending on how many resources of these you had, you're going to get a bonus to fragments and upgrade modules to compensate for that. In addition, they're raising the cap. So right now the cap is 99,999, basically 100,000 for the fragments, and then 1,000 or 999 for the upgrade modules. All right, so I don't know what they're increasing it to, but I imagine it's just going to be, they're just going to add a 0 to both, so you can go 1,000,000 on the fragments and 10,000 on the upgrade modules, since they're going to be your primary resources. Now, what can you do in the meantime? Because obviously, like I said, if you're like me, you're completely capped out here, so nothing, I'm going to get a bonus when I do log in at the time of the update, but until then, there's really not much I can do. Or is there? Well, here's what it is. It's the vault. Now, if you're a character who actively utilizes your vault, if you've got a lot of stuff in here, you try out a lot of different builds, and your vault is pretty much full anyway with gear you use, you're definitely in the minority. I don't think too many people are like that. But basically, you can have up to 600 pieces of gear in this vault. You see how I only have 200 or so of gear, and then you get an additional extra slots. I think it's actually still the same 600, but you can also have ISOs as well. So between these two, you can have 600 pieces of gear in this vault. And what we know is that when you dismantle legendary and epic gear, you're gonna get fragments and upgrade modules. So what I'm doing, you can see here, is any gear, any farming that I do, I just let the gear go right to the vault and I don't even touch it. And basically, I plan to have my vault completely filled out to 600 prior to the update, and then once the update happens and the cap is increased, I'm going to go on a dismantling spree, and I'm going to dismantle everything in my vault that I don't use, and then hopefully get a ton more resources back. Now, how do you do this quickly? Well, if you're honestly, you could just do this by playing the game. Just let stuff go to the vault. Just don't delete anything. But if you really want to grind this out hardcore, I would definitely recommend doing the Black Panther Vibranium gear farm. So that's I believe it's called the Here Comes the Pain in Wakanda. I do have a guide to the proper path that basically gives you 11 chests plus a couple of high value targets plus 3 corrupted modules or corrupted vibranium shards. So basically a lot of gear all within the span of like 5 minutes. You can absolutely load up on legendaries and epics. Now, if you're really taking this seriously, legendaries are going to be the one that dismantle into more resources. But for me, I'm just going to load up on legendaries and epics. If I take a hit on, just the epics, that's okay. It'll still be better than nothing. Because right now, anything I delete just goes into the abyss. I don't get anything for it. So, and if you're not already at the resource cap, same thing. I still recommend you at least try to get yourself up there a little bit, because I think the costs to upgrade your characters is going to be fairly expensive. It's not going to be easy, I don't think, because it basically requires running the raid on both normal and elite modes to get gear that goes up to 165 and then plus 10 from your major artifact to get to 175. I don't think they expect that you're going to get every character there very quickly. So I think it's going to be expensive as well to upgrade your current gear to bring it up to that cap. So if you're not already capped on resources and you want to get yourself a little bit of a bump before the update comes out, definitely just grind this mission here. Like I said, I'll leave my exact farming route in the description of this video, but you'll get an absolute buttload of legendaries and epics that you can dismantle for a ton of resources very, very quickly, and get yourself closer and closer to the current cap. But anyway, that's it in this video, guys. Really just a little tip. Obviously, this is probably for maybe the more hardcore grinders out there. But if, like I said, if you're like me and you're getting nothing for gear you dismantle now, why not keep it in the vault? It's just a nice little extra bonus to have right now. And then you'll get that much of an advantage when the resource changes happen. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Again, if you like tips like this, be sure to like the video and subscribe if you haven't already, so you'll be notified of new videos. That's it for me. I'll see you in the next one.